Jackson Radio Show.
Before we jump back into this Hillary thing, I want to give you guys a quick update. So Joy Behar apologized on The View, and she says, I think Vice President Pence is right. I was raised to respect everyone's religious faith, and I fell short of that. I sincerely apologize for what I said. Now, I believe her. I do. I'm not a fan of Joy Behar whatsoever, but I believe her. I believe she finally got the sanity of the situation and said, you know what, that's true. Look, there are things you can joke about, and you can say, yeah, I was only joking. And you can get away with it. And there are things where but when Jesus talks back to you, you're crazy. And you're going, wait a minute, whoa, hold on a minute, Muhammad. So the fact that she apologized, I give her credit for it. She's still a shrew. I don't trust the word she says in terms of her political ideology. But here's what I like about it. We're winning. That's a good example of us winning. The person that she supports, I don't know how long these people are going to support Hillary Clinton. I want to play that clip again because we got two we're going to play. One where Hillary Clinton's in India and she's talking about what she won, the vote she won. I want to show you how delusional this woman is. The left tell you they want to bring the country together. And what does she do? She yet again tells you how deplorable you are. Get that clip for me, buddy.
If you look at the map of the United States, there's all that red in the middle where Trump won. Now, I win the coasts, I win, Illinois and Minnesota, places like that. But what the map doesn't show you is that I won the places that represent 2/3 of America's gross domestic product. So I won the places that are optimistic, diverse, dynamic, moving forward. And his whole campaign, Make America Great Again, was looking backwards. You didn't like black people getting rights. You don't like women, getting jobs. You don't want to, see that Indian American succeeding more than you are. Whatever your problem is, I'm going to solve it.
Welcome back, everybody. If you want to talk about a person who has no idea, she wants to cater to an audience. That's why she threw the Indians in there. Indians succeeding. But if you didn't like black people getting rights, yeah, I'm sure that was on the mind of many Trump voters, Trump supporters, is, how can we stop these black people from getting rights? How can we stop women from getting jobs? Which, by the way, probably more women are employed under Trump than certainly under Obama. And of course, well, I know many conversations we had about how do we stop those rascally Indians from being so smart and getting all these IT jobs. She goes on to say, whatever your problem is, I'll solve it. Which, by the way, not to go all ice baby on you, vanilla ice, but whatever your problem is, Trump pretty much did solve it. But that was only the beginning. I've said this. I said it two or three times this show. I'm going to say it again. If you support Hillary Clinton after what she just said, you are a brain dead bonehead moron. I'll get it. You're a moron. Donald Trump got the red in the middle. I won the coast. I won Illinois, Minnesota. She's lying. You take out any big city in any state, and she doesn't even win California. She doesn't win Massachusetts. But I love how and when she said that if you look at the places that she won, it's 2/3 of America's GDP, and it was this tepid clapping like, yeah, I guess, yeah. But if you get a chance to see this video, this is a video of her in India at some speech thing, and here's what I'll tell you. If you look at it, there are Indians looking around going, what's she smoking? This woman's crazy. You can see them in the audience going, that's nonsense. You can see it. Also, I bet you most of them caught on where she talked about Indians succeeding. I bet you most of them caught that. It was nonsense. Tepid clapping. Then she went on to say this. I won the areas that are optimistic, diverse, moving forward, and Trump moving backward. So the majority of the nation, geographically speaking, and oh, by the way, with GDP and all that other stuff included, I talked about this earlier, voted for President Trump, and she is distancing herself from him. She's saying her side is optimistic and diverse and moving forward. And then there are those deplorables. And she can soft shoe it any way she wants. That's what she believes. That if you didn't support her, you're a deplorable. You should have voted for the crook, the person who has ripped off more people in the world, probably killed more people than any politician in America, in American history. And she wants you to have voted her in, or else you're crazy. You're not optimistic. You're not moving forward. You're not opportunistic or whatever. Give me some other words. There she goes, protecting black people, women, and even Indians. Yeah. Let's play the next clip. This is the one that's even more revealing.
I was also surprised, looking at the details of the American election, is how almost 52% of white women voted for him, in spite of the Billy Bush tape and so forth. How do you explain that?
Well, I should start by explaining that Democrats, going back to my husband and even before, but just in recent times, going back to Bill and our candidates and then President Obama, have been losing the white vote, including white women. We do not do well with white men, and we don't do well with married white women. And part of that is an identification with the Republican Party and a sort of ongoing pressure to vote the way that your husband, your boss, your son, whoever, believes you should. And what happened in my election is I was on the way to winning white women until former director of the FBI, Jim Comey, dropped that very ill-advised letter on October the 28th, and my numbers just went down because and I heard a lot of anecdotal evidence about this. People have written about it. All of a sudden, white women who were going to vote for me and frankly standing up to the men in their lives and the men in their workplaces were being told, she's going to jail. You don't want to vote for her. It's going to be terrible. You can't vote for that. So it stopped my momentum and it decreased my vote enough because I was ahead, I was winning, and I thought I had fought my way back in the 10 days from that letter until the election. I fell a little bit short, and so I think that it was part of a historical trend that I was bucking, and then it collapsed on me.
Welcome back, everybody. Wow. Just wow. Kevin Jackson's who you're listening to. I have to tell you, I would be so embarrassed to hear a person say this. Ask a question. 52% of white women voted for Trump. And here's what Hillary Clinton says. Democrats have been losing the white vote, including white women. Now, you want to know why? Anybody want to guess why? Well, let me tell you. It's because Democrats have essentially punched white people, particularly white men, in the face. And white women have seen what they've been doing to white men and said, you know what, enough is enough. I may not be able to get you in normal mode, but I'll get you back at the ballot box. And that's why 52% of women who, by the way, these are people that were they were beat down by the left. You cannot support that misogynist, that sucker, blah, blah, blah. And they were doing everything they could to make Donald Trump the worst thing for a woman in the world, and it didn't work. And then she goes on to say, no, it was married white women. Let me tell you something, people. It was single white girls who didn't know anything about Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was no Susan B. Anthony for them. She was just some old white chick that wanted to get into power. They didn't give a crap about her. It wasn't just married women. And then she says, well, it was their identification with the Republican Party. Now, wait a minute. I don't know what the demographics are. I'm not going to pretend to. I don't know whether white women were 50% Republican, 50% Democrat, split down the middle, how many independent or whatever. But I'll tell you this, with what they did to Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton should have won 60% of the white women vote. She has no excuse. There's no overwhelming white women look to the Republicans. And in fact, white women have been beaten down so much by feminists. I'm shocked that they do anything outside of the Democrats. But then this ongoing pressure to vote the way of their husbands, their bosses, even their sons. She says, whoever believes you should, whatever man believes you should. Then what's funny, I was on my way to winning the white women before Comey dropped his ill-advised letter that, by the way, saved her butt. White women were going to vote for her standing up to their men. God, ladies, let me tell you, I don't care whether you're conservative or you're liberal or whatever. This lady is demented. She is brain dead. She's demented. I was going to buck the historical trend. Oh, you did. You proved that with all the advantages, you can still get your butt kicked.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.